Let's be honest, studying is hard enough. You dedicate time, read entire pages, underline key points, make notes, watch videos, listen to podcasts, and in the end, it feels like you haven't learned anything. If this is happening to you, know that you are not alone. And more importantly, this has a solution. First, let's clarify something very important. The problem is not you. It's not a matter of intelligence, talent, or discipline. Often, the problem lies in how you are. Trying to learn, it's like trying to use a key from another door. No matter how hard you try, it won't open. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever stopped to think about how your memory actually works? Understanding the mechanisms of your brain is the first step to learning more efficiently. And don't worry, I'm not going to give you a neuroscience lecture. My goal here is to make things simple and useful for your everyday life. Let's start by looking at a common trap: passive learning. This happens when you just read or watch content without really interacting with it. Your brain doesn't retain information well this way because it's not being challenged. Learning is not a one-way street. You need to participate, question, apply. Otherwise, your brain simply won't retain the information. Another thing that might be sabotaging your memory is your emotional state. Did you know that stress, anxiety, and even boredom can block learning? Your brain is constantly scanning the environment to decide what's important to remember. If you're studying but your mind is worried about something else, your brain may interpret that content as irrelevant. That's why creating a study routine in a calm and organized environment makes such a difference. And speaking of environment, the conditions in which you study influence much more than you think. Noise, inadequate lighting, uncomfortable posture, all of this adds up and tells your brain this is not a safe or pleasant place to learn. Changing that may seem like a detail, but it transforms everything. But let's go a step further. Have you ever heard of the concept of mental state? It's about the ideal state of your brain to absorb and retain new information. If you start studying tired, unmotivated, or distracted, you're already at a disadvantage. That's why it's essential to prepare your mind before you even open the book. This preparation can be a short walk, a deep breathing exercise, a short meditation, or even listening to specific audio frequencies that align your brainwaves with a state of concentration and receptiveness. And here's a powerful tool for that: the Genius Wave. It's a program of audios developed to stimulate your brain into entering high-performance states, enhancing your ability to learn, remember, and create. You can find the link in the description or pinned comment. If you're really committed to unlocking your learning, it's worth checking out. Before we move on, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below if this difficulty in retaining information has happened to you too. I want to know what you've tried, what's worked and what hasn't. Now let's dive deeper into the habits that may be silently sabotaging your learning. You'll be surprised at some of them. But before you do, not forget to subscribe to the channel. Now that you understand how your brain processes information and how external factors can interfere, let's talk about something even more subtle: habits that sabotage your memory without you even noticing. The first, and perhaps most overlooked, is the habit of multitasking. You might think you're being productive by studying while checking your phone, replying to messages, or listening to music with lyrics. But the truth is that your brain cannot fully focus on more than one cognitive task at a time. Each time you switch tasks, there is a cognitive cost, a small but impactful delay as your brain reorients itself. In the long run, this makes learning slower and less effective. Another destructive habit is procrastination. Every time you delay studying, your brain associates the task with stress and discomfort. This creates a feedback loop. You procrastinate, feel guilty, associate the study with a negative emotion, and procrastinate again. Breaking this cycle requires action. Start small with 5 or 10 minutes. Often the hardest part is just starting. And here's a tricky one: overstudying without breaks. You might believe that studying for hours on end is a sign of dedication, but your brain doesn't work like that. It needs rest to consolidate information. That's why techniques like the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of focus followed by a 5-minute break, work so well. Your brain stays fresh and your productivity increases. The lack of a study plan is another silent villain. When you sit down to study without a clear objective, your mind wanders. Having a defined structure, knowing what you're going to study, how and for how long, makes all the difference. Your brain works better when it knows what to expect. And let's not forget about the power of repetition. Memory is reinforced by repeated exposure. But beware, this repetition needs to be intelligent. Rereading the same page multiple times is not as effective as doing self-tests, summarizing the content in your own words, or teaching someone else. These are active learning techniques that force your brain to retrieve information, strengthening the neural connections. Finally, never underestimate the emotional weight you attach to your studies. If you constantly think, "I'm terrible at this," or "I'll never learn this subject," you're reinforcing a negative belief that will sabotage your performance. Reprogramming these thoughts takes time, but it starts with awareness. Celebrate your small victories, acknowledge your progress, and speak positively to yourself. And here comes another key tip. To help your brain enter the ideal frequency for learning, tools like the Genius Wave can be decisive. These audios work with your brain waves to enhance concentration, reduce anxiety, and improve memory retention. Click the link in the description or pinned comment to learn more. It could be the turning point you need. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling me which of these sabotaging habits you've identified in yourself. It's time to take control of your learning and use science to your advantage. Now let's go to the next step. We will explore how your brain forms and recovers memories, and how to hack this system for your benefit. Stay with me. Let's now delve into how memory is actually formed and what you can do to make sure what you study today doesn't disappear tomorrow. Understanding how the brain creates and retrieves memories is like finding the manual for your mind. There are 3 key stages in memory formation: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Encoding is how information gets into your brain. If you're distracted or uninterested, the encoding process is weak. That's why being mentally present and emotionally engaged during study is so critical. Once information is encoded, it goes into short-term memory. But for it to stick around, it needs to be transferred to long-term memory. And that transfer requires repetition, rest, and sleep. That's right, sleep is a vital part of learning. While you sleep, your brain consolidates what you've learned, strengthening the neural pathways involved. Now let's talk about retrieval, the act of recalling information. Here's where many people stumble. You study and feel like you understand, but when the test or situation comes, you blank out. That's because you didn't practice retrieving the information. Passive review isn't enough. You need to simulate the real thing. Use flashcards, do practice tests, explain the topic out loud, and make mind maps from memory. Spacing is also essential. Don't cram. Cramming can work short-term, but long-term retention requires distributed learning. Study a topic today, revisit it in 2 days, then again in a week. Each time you retrieve it, your memory trace becomes stronger. There's also the concept of dual coding. Combine text with visuals, diagrams, drawings, infographics. This activates different parts of your brain and makes the memory more robust. Think of it as adding multiple anchors to one idea. A simple but powerful trick: use emotion. Tie facts to feelings. Your brain is much more likely to remember something that made you laugh, shocked you, or moved you. Turn boring information into a story. Make it vivid, strange, personal. That's what memory thrives on. And this is where the Genius Wave becomes an invaluable tool. It helps create the ideal brain state for deep encoding and easier retrieval. The audios are designed using frequencies that promote focus, clarity, and memory formation. If you're tired of forgetting what you just studied, click the link in the description or pinned comment and give your brain the edge it needs. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more insights, and comment below if you've ever experienced that frustrating blank mind moment. You're not alone, and you don't have to stay stuck. Continuing our reasoning, we will talk about a daily ritual that can connect your brain to lifelong learning. Now that you understand how to prepare your brain for studying, it's time to align your methods with how your brain naturally learns. And this is where most people go wrong, not because they're lazy or incapable, but because they're using outdated or ineffective methods. Let's start by talking about learning styles. You've probably heard of visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners. While these labels are often debated, the core idea holds. People absorb information in different ways. The key is to experiment and discover how you best retain information. If you're visual, use diagrams, charts, color-coded notes, and mind maps. These activate the visual cortex and help you organize information spatially. If you're auditory, record yourself explaining concepts and listen later, or teach the topic out loud. It's one of the best ways to solidify your understanding. If you're kinesthetic, turn your study into something physical. Use gestures, walk while reciting, or associate content with movements. Another concept to leverage is the learning pyramid. Studies show that passive methods like reading and watching videos result in very low retention rates. Active methods like teaching others, discussing, or applying knowledge produce far better results. That's why tutoring someone or pretending to give a lecture on the topic boosts retention dramatically. The method of interleaving is also extremely powerful. Instead of studying one subject for hours, mix different topics in one session. Your brain is forced to switch contexts, which improves differentiation and long-term memory. It might feel harder at first, but research shows it leads to better performance. Similarly, retrieval practice is a game changer. Instead of reviewing your notes over and over, test yourself. Close the book, ask questions, and write down everything you remember. Then check and correct. The struggle of recalling strengthens the memory trace. Don't underestimate the role of emotion. If the subject excites or fascinates you, you'll learn better. So find ways to connect what you're studying with your goals, dreams, or personal experiences. Make it relevant, make it matter, and to maximize your brain's ability to operate in this enhanced learning state, integrate tools like the Genius Wave into your routine. Its audio sessions use specific frequencies to boost neuroplasticity and focus. It's like giving your brain a custom tune-up. You can find it through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Let's make this interactive. Comment below which of these techniques you're going to try in your next study session. Are you a visual, auditory, or kinesthetic learner? Share your experience. It might help someone else too. And of course, like this video and subscribe if this is helping you unlock your mind. If you have come this far, we'll be rewarded because now I will tie everything together and I will reveal a daily ritual that can transform not only your learning, but your whole life. Don't miss it. We've arrived at the final stretch of our journey. If you've come this far, you've already taken huge steps toward understanding and transforming the way you learn. Now it's time to bring it all together with a powerful daily ritual, a personal system that will help you encode, retain, and retrieve information effortlessly. This ritual is divided into 3 moments: before, during, and after your study session. Before, start with a 2-minute mental warm-up. Breathe deeply, visualize your success. Tell yourself, I'm ready to learn. Then define your study goal. What exactly do you want to understand or achieve today? Put on the Genius Wave Audio to start aligning your brain. Choose a track that enhances focus. This will prepare your mental frequency and keep distractions at bay. Use active learning. Take notes in your own words, create questions from the material. Pause after each section to summarize aloud what you've learned. If possible, teach the content to someone or pretend to teach. Alternate subjects. Every 25-30 minutes. Stand up, stretch, move your body between sessions. This keeps your brain oxygenated and alert. Keep your phone on airplane mode. If you need to use it, have apps like Forest or FocusMate to stay disciplined. When you finish studying, spend 5 minutes reviewing what you learned. Write a quick journal entry. What did I learn today? What was most difficult? What do I want to revisit tomorrow? Then, listen to a calming Genius Wave audio designed for integration and memory consolidation. This helps your brain shift from active processing to reflective mode. Finally, celebrate. Even if you studied for just 30 minutes, you moved forward. Celebrate your effort. This trains your brain to associate learning with reward. Adopting this ritual daily doesn't just improve your studies, it transforms your mindset. It builds consistency, confidence, and momentum. And over time, it rewires your brain to operate at a higher cognitive level. So now, I ask you, will you take the leap? Will you stop forcing your brain to learn the hard way and start using its natural potential? Click the link in the description or pinned comment to explore the Genius Wave. Let it be the secret weapon in your transformation. Thousands have already experienced the change. Now it's your turn. If this series helped you, leave a like, subscribe, and comment below with your biggest insight. What changed in your understanding of memory and learning? What will you apply today? I'll be reading every comment, and I'm rooting for your success. Until next time.